But the gist of it is it is the patriarchal training that you have to struggle, that you have to put up with, that you have to try to be a good wife or a good worker. No, you don't, because you don't have to be in, you don't have to have that title. And once you realize you don't have to have that title and that you have the option to be out of that title, you're a different person. By default, by design, now what? Now what? Now you start looking at other areas of your life in which you realize, oh, I get to choose that. Yeah, I wouldn't choose that title. I wouldn't do that. You know what? This color, I wouldn't choose that color. You know, it's that kind of cascade effect that will start to happen. And that's how more joy and gratitude comes into your life, because when you realize that you get to control your response, that's all we get. How I choose to respond to life is generally how life is going to respond. There's always some bullshit going on, right? Like wars and the politics, and yeah, it affects us. And so you just accept that part of the life. You just accept it, because otherwise, wow, you can be angry. You can be angry. You can be as angry and discontent as you would like. I don't choose to do that. These are just the realities, okay? And then when you accept them, then there's no resistance to them. And they're not even on your register. Do you see what I mean? People put so much attention and energy to the things they don't want. I'm saying you've got the time. There's no rush. A lifetime now is upwards of 80 plus years. When I realize that, I say to myself, I'm 53 this year. Girl, I've got another 30 years that will be fantastic, because now I've got reality, I've got clarity, I've got agency, I've got empowerment. I understand what stress brings into my life. I know I have to move my body in order to be able to move my body, feed myself, take care of myself, lower my stress. And by God, that's what the fuck I'm going to do. And so now that you have this information, it allows you to let go of that guilt, that shame, that, oh, now I'm not this, that, or the other. You weren't, if it was, yeah, you are no longer abandoning something that didn't jive with you anyway. You ain't got to be doing all this trying. One of the things many of us are realizing as we have embraced the silence and the peace, it's like, well, goddamn. Why was I trying? What was I doing all that trying for? And that's the real question. What were we? We were doing it so that we could, be this construct that we were told we should be. And so when I see and I have these conversations with women who were like, oh, I had thought I failed because here I am at 48 or 62 or whatever, and I was never married. Thank fucking God for you. Look at all you've done. Because we were distracted by the fucking sparklies. They were hanging. Yes, you have to be chosen. And now that we have glasses that aren't smudged, we go, by the patriarchy, we go, we didn't even hardly have nobody to choose from, because what were we choosing but a life of servitude? So no, this isn't a ding on men. I'm like I say, there are women who enjoy, here's what I see. You've got to find somebody who aligns with what you dig. And what I require is what I require. I'm not going to give it a qualitative amount. It's what I require. And if someone says to you, you're too much, right there, you go, thanks for playing, Bob. I'll see my way out. Because if they think you're too much, then they're telling you right then that their emotional capacity is right there. And then we say, oh, I'll be less. And that's, oh, no. So now you get to create your life. You get to create the life that you used to think was out there, but now it's right here. And it's going to feel scary, and that's a nervous system regulation response, and that's normal, because now you have the pen in your book of life. And it's not like you got to do extraordinary shit, because you get to do what you want to do, not what you saw in a movie or read in a book. What do you want? And just start to write it down. That's the first step. Just start to write down, every day, maybe before bed, during the day, Maybe do an audio, a video, in whichever way that it works, but in a way that you can hear it. Even when we write, right? Like we're talking to ourselves, videotape it, start a blog, start a Substack, in some way start to document so that what is who you want to be, you can check in, because who you want to be is going to be a reality by what you choose to do.